Hello Mudlarking Friends. I have traversed London to hit up a new spot today. I haven't been here before. I've no idea what it's going to be like. So we're ahead of tide. Low tide's not for a good while yet, so let's see what we can find. Just while I'm getting ready, putting my boots on and things like that, I should tell you that later on in the video I'm going to talk about one of my other finds from a couple of years ago that features in the video I did with Nick White, and that is the Chinese cash coin. I found out some really good information about that because of people commenting on Nick's video, so I'll share some of that information with you, and we'll do it down on the foreshore. Here's a nice brightly coloured piece of modern tile. It's a really sweet colour on there. Very gloopy mud here, you can see. 1920s, 30s, maybe a bit later. Lots of people are telling me to carry some water around with me so I can squirt some water off on my finds and clean them. As you can see, I don't wear gloves. And there's lots of water here, you see, so I tend to just give things a quick wash in the water here. Lovely colour. Rather serendipitously, we have another piece of the tile. How lovely. I wonder if this has got any more clues on the back. Nope. This one you can make out the little ridges there, clearly a tile, but we'll do some research on that when I get back. Oh, I wonder if maybe the same piece. It's positive and negative, isn't it? Very nice. I've just spotted something a little bit creepy. This thing wrapped up in all this electrical tape. I don't know. I think I'll probably leave that a mystery. I've just turned out this chunky old pulley. It's made of wood, and there's a great big bolt going through it. So that would have been a pulley for some kind of pulley system. I've got a few of these at home. I don't know, I'm tempted to take this one, but perhaps I'll just leave it as it is. 3 guesses to what I found now. Quick. Yep, another piece. I've also picked up this lovely piece of marble. I'm going to use it in my artwork. So yeah, that's a rather lovely thing there. Very nice. And 3 bits of this. Great. I'm a bit of a brick fan, and I just found this tiny baby brick, which I think I'm really going to have to take home. It's not even the quarter of a normal size brick. It's teeny tiny. Very cute. I love it. I've just found this enormous mooring ring, which would have been in a block of concrete and embedded into the foreshore to moor to. I absolutely love that. That's a bit of a garden find. And then this tiny piece here, I think it's probably some mocha-ware. Over here, got a bit of transfer printed blue and white. Not much to it, I'll leave this behind for someone else. Still rather sweet. I also keep finding these really tantalising pieces of pottery statuette. That looks like a reclining lady, I don't know, but I've not found anything whole so far. So here's my baby brick next to a big, normal sized brick. I don't know if that was maybe some sort of garden wall decoration or something. I just love it. I'll find out some more about that later. I mean, it's nothing special to most people, but I think it's really lovely. will either go in the garden along with the mooring ring, or it can be a lovely old doorstop. No sooner did I tell you about the little bits of statue I keep finding, here's another. Pretty certain it's from some kind of offering that's been chucked into the Thames. We do see a lot, but I don't know. It's very cute. I like the hand. This one's coming home with me. Got a bit of a dilemma here. Look at this gorgeous brick. It's a Cowan's brick. Can I really carry this? And the baby brick. And the mooring. Goodness me. It's nearly springtime. It'd be lovely in the garden. So I just met this guy who's on his way off down to the other end now. And he found a fabulous escutcheon keyhole cover. A military one with a broad arrow stamp. Very nice. Oh, I can't quite focus on this. Let's see. Oh dear, modern and horrible. With terrible platitudes on the back. No thank you. Got a bit of coin action. That looks pretty modern to me though. That's a 1 penny. Thank you, Queen Liz. I'm just making my way over to another section of this foreshore now, and you can see, I'll show you in a second, there's a lovely old boat up here, and it was once in use and now it's derelict and abandoned, but it's looking great on the Thames. I'm under the boat now, and there's lots and lots of little metal bits around here. And a bullet, which hasn't been fired, so I'm going to leave that here. Although it looks pretty knackered and chances of it going off are slim-ish. I'm going to chuck that into the Thames and not take it home. But let's have a look through all these metal bits and bobs here. Lots of flashings and things, copper and brass and lead sort of fixings and flashings. Loads of modern stuff around here, lots of modern work, labour related work stuff, tools and things. So not really the kind of thing I normally look through, but I like the big stuff, so we'll take that home, and then I'll talk to you about the coin a bit later.
The more you change, the more you stay the same. Still there.
Right guys, well that's my lark for today concluded. Bit of an odd one. I found some things that I wouldn't normally take home, but I'll show you what they are. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I really like very small personal items, buttons, anything with signatures, carvings, handmade engravings, things like that. I've got some really big stuff today, so that's my mooring ring, and I'm thinking this is going to go in the garden somewhere, so that's big item number 1. Well, not enormous, but heavy. Number 2, that is my lovely brick there. I put these in my garden too, so another garden one. Now, I've also got something that I haven't got. I'll show you what it is. No clue at all. I'm just getting it out of my bag here to show you. It's kind of... Oh, let's not forget the baby brick. I've got that too. Baby brick there. Well, here's my Freddy Krueger-esque item. It was all covered in concretions, and I gave it a whack and it all come off. I don't know, it looks pretty dangerous and nasty, but that, again, garden item. Then in my pockets, I have obviously some other bits and bobs. We've got the nice bits of this. I got about 5 pieces of this in the end. So I'll do something good with that. I make artwork out of my finds as well. If you look for Old Father Thames on Etsy, you'll see some of the stuff that I make, usually arrangements in shadow boxes, but have a look on Etsy. So that's where I take all these funny bits and bobs home. In this area too, loads of hand-forged nails, which is quite a nice thing to find, because in some of the areas where I used to always find these, there's a real dearth of them now. So it was good to see these. I got some bits and bobs like split pins too. They're always nice to leave my other art pieces with. Lots of modern coins. Not great. So nothing of like real meaty historic value. Tiny things, none of that. Just big chunky things. Anyway, I had a good time, a good lark, and I've got some other bits to show you now, so stay tuned.
100 years from now, they'll still know your name.
A few weeks ago I did a video with Nick White, Tideline Art, and she asked me to bring in a few of my favourite finds. So this is one of them. Chinese cash. Don't know if you can see it well there. I'll put it up on the screen too. Chinese cash. I was told that this would have probably got to Britain in Victorian London and would have come across with a sailor. Maybe it was found in an opium den, who knows. Quite exciting, but it's Chinese cash, that's what it is. Actually, when I said that on Nick's video, I got lots of comments back from people who know about this, and it's not Chinese cash. It's from the old Annam, I think it's called. I'll put the information up on the screen. It's old Vietnam, so this is from old Vietnam, and this coin here dates from the early to mid 18th century, I think it is, or maybe it's the mid to late 18th century, and it's a penguin type coin. We know that because of the characters that are on it. I obviously couldn't make head nor tail to these, not least because I don't speak Mandarin, but or Cantonese or whatever it is, but because you can't see the figures very well, the characters on there. I don't know if you can see them now. Anyway, so I had some very helpful people write in and tell me when they were used, when they were around. People from Australia, from British Columbia, lots of different people wrote in and told me about the coin. So apart from being some kind of currency, they're also charms, good luck charms and tokens. They were used in games, gambling games in British Columbia, someone said, in the 1800s. They were used by Chinese miners who would sit around playing gambling games in their breaks, and one of the rules of the game was you weren't allowed to touch the coin. So this little square hole in the middle here, the game players would use sticks and move them around and count them on sticks through this hole here. Another person told me that these coins were used to adorn bags, they'd be stitched in for good luck. Someone else said they'd be tied together and made into characters. One chap said he has something like 100 to 125 of these coins, and they're all tied together in the shape of a big sword. So lots of different decorative uses for this too, but a bit more age than I thought. I thought it was maybe sort of 1800s, but actually it's 1700s, around 1740 to 1770, I think. Like I said, I'm going to put the information up on the screen so you will be able to see what the accurate information is. So the other exciting thing I've got to show you is this. I found this while I was out larking with Nick White. I don't think we featured it in that video, but you can see here, made by E.W. Ball Ponty P. Now, one very clever person on Instagram, after I finally admitted defeat and said I can't track this person. I've tried and tried. I've emailed museums, galleries, I've emailed people in Pontypool, in Pontypridd, I've searched FW Bolam, FW Bolting, FW, all different names. I gave up my search. And on Instagram I posted this and just said, look, if anyone knows, anyone has any clues, can you please tell me what you think? Sure enough, London Eye, London AYE, found Frederick William Bolton, a brickmaker from Pontypridd, who lived in the early 1900s. Now that makes sense because we don't have the year on here. This is October, and then he would have written the year. But this was found in an area that it would have been Victorian or Edwardian. So well done, London Eye. He's on Instagram. It's I think just at London Eye, or if you follow me, then you can. I'm at Old Father Thames, all one word. If you follow me, then you can find Old London Eye as well, and you can see more of my research online, which is a lot more concise and accurate when I'm actually writing it down and publishing it to the world. I do get a bit distracted when I'm on here talking. So anyway, end of my lark for today. Didn't find anything really ancient or really kind of personal or those little metal bits that I like, but you know, we got to see this beautiful thing here, the wreck, which is now a home for pigeons, pigeon hotel, and you know, I've got some nice bits for the garden. So all in all, I am not displeased, and next time I see you, we'll go to a much more central location, less boat building, shipbuilding and industrial, and we will try and find some of those lovely old buttons and tokens and coins and dress accessories that I love. Okay, see you then. Thanks as ever for following.